Thing to know about depression is I think that no matter how long you've had it before, you might have had it for your whole life, or you might have had it for a certain section of your life, is it's always possible to overcome. And the reason why it's possible to overcome is you probably have it in your mind that you want to do something. Depression, I think, sometimes happens when you find yourself in a predicament that you don't want, but you don't know how to get out. And I've been in that predicament numerous times over the years. I've battled a lot of adversity and I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life. And I continue to try to persevere and to be diligent and to you know, to pile forward as much as possible whilst learning and growing and adapting to my situation. Now, when I was, born, 3 months afterwards, I developed a condition called hydrocephalus or hydrocephalus, which means water on the brain, which involves, having a shunt inserted into your head, which drains the fluid or keeps it controlled or something like that. And, it gets pumped into your stomach as well, and you have scars, and not just physical scars. I mean, you also have to, you probably have a litany of learning difficulties, perhaps autism as well, which I think is quite closely linked, because I think I'm autistic as well, even though I'm not properly diagnosed. And, when I grew up, I mean, I had real learning difficulties. I was held back in year R or kindergarten, and I really struggled to find friendships, and I found it hard to sort of acclimate to things easily. I was really, for example, I was really upset on my first days at school. Starting a new school was really difficult because my routine changed, and the new environment really scared me and made me, just really upset. Like, my mum took me into the playground in year three and handed me off to my year three teacher. And also in secondary school, the induction day, I was sitting down in the hall and waiting for my name to be spoken so that I know which tutor I would be part of for the coming year. And again, I was upset and I didn't know how to cope with it initially. And settling down was hard for me to do. And again, it was hard for me to make friends. And I'd end up sort of making a few friends, but then being a bit too magnetized to them. Like, I wouldn't know how to sort of break off and go and be on my own, and or find other friends to associate with. Now, with all the difficulties that I've had, I've managed to just overcome them, and I persevere, and I have real passion for for saying that people can overcome any difficulties they find in their lives, because we we in this society that we live in, it's always possible to overcome your difficulties and your strives, because humans can, adapt and evolve. You can choose who to be. You can choose who you want to be. And that's the power of humanity and living. Now, giving up is not well, you shouldn't make it an option on yourself because you're giving up on yourself means you're giving up on people. I do not believe that people should give up on themselves because what is it worth? I mean, I understand some people believe that life is just a throwaway thing; it means nothing, but it only means nothing because you don't make it mean anything. So you have to keep on going and persevering in order to find the goodness that there is hope. There's always goodness. I always believe it. Some people don't believe. Some people live in the dark, and I understand that because when bad things have happened to you when you're a child or when you're growing up, you have a real dark and blotted outlook on the world. I've had that. I've been through darkness and I've been through really bad times where I could have ended, could have really done something to end it. And I don't want to end it. And I don't want anyone to end it. It doesn't matter who you are. It's always possible to ram through any challenge that you face. And that is definitely the way forward. And if, I mean, it's always easy to say, oh, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But, I mean, I believe I am proof that if you keep on going and persisting and moving forward, you can achieve great things. Like I said, I was held back in year R, right? I had learning difficulties, severe learning difficulties. And then I rose up. I got my GCSEs. I got the grades that I needed to go to college. And from college, I, you know, I got the highest grade in my film studies class. And I got the grades I needed, including functional. I didn't actually pass functional skills, to be honest, but I didn't need functional skills because I got the grades that I needed, the UCAS points, in order to get myself to university. And my first year at university, I did magazine journalism and feature writing. I found out that wasn't for me, and I dropped out and spent a year out and making what I can out of that year in 2013. And then I returned and to a course called Film in English, and I got myself a first class degree. You know why I got a first class degree? Because I didn't give up, and I kept going, and I kept persevering. And here's the thing, and here's something that astonishes me. The night before I had to hand in my dissertation of 10,000 words, I almost quit. I very almost quit. And the reason why I very almost quit is because I was going through some hellacious mental health problems. A situation that was existing at the time really, really, really tempted me to just quit. And really could have changed the course of my life. Because what I did, I got home after meeting with my tutors and I worked my tail off. And because I worked my tail off, I handed that dissertation in the next day, and of course, I got a first class degree. Because I committed and I worked my ass off. And we can all work our asses off to get better and better and better and better and better. And I believe that from what I've been through and every single struggle, every time I've been punched down, punched down, punched down, punched down, punched down, punched down, I have always risen back up. Risen, 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 risen. I rise, I rise, I rise again and again and again. And we can all do this. We just need some fire, some passion, and some vigor. I believe in people. I am an empath. My therapist has told me I'm an empath, and I know why, because I have suffered a lot, and I can see the suffering, and I cannot sit down and be across from another person suffering and not feel it within myself. And I believe in myself that I am capable of attempting to try to understand and to contact their pain and to try and maneuver it so that it doesn't feel as painful. I believe we have to understand that depression and anxiety is a temporary thing as well, and it should be temporary. It's not temporary for everybody, but life gets better the more you persist, the more you keep going. Just gotta hang in there, and you've got to keep going, keep doing everything in your power to overcome and adapt to your situation. Because this is what life is. It's not, we didn't choose to exist, of course, but we can have the mettle and we can have the drive to overcome, because that's what we're here for. Believe in yourself, and believe in your capabilities, no matter what situation you're in. Please take heed of this message and do everything you can to make yourself proud and make the people around you proud of you. This is what this is all about. Good luck.